What's up, NFL fans? Breaking news: Sean McDermott is fired. It happened earlier today. And NFL, you guys have to stop firing your head coaches. It's so bizarre what is going on. Um just everyone is getting fired this offseason. Sean McDermott made it to the divisional round playoffs and he has gotten fired after this year, after making it to the playoffs like basically every year he's been here with the Bills. It's been he's a good coach, he's a successful coach. He's now probably the hottest coach on the market, and it's just really really weird. And I as a Jets fan, as someone who knows bad coaches, this is a warning to the NFL. You guys got to stop firing your good head coaches. This was the head coaches records before Sean McDermott got fired. And right, some of these guys definitely deserve to get fired. I'm not Pete Carroll, he was kind of done. The Raiders are starting over with a new head coach. The Raiders are starting over with a new quarterback. It makes sense to pair him with a rookie head coach. Jonathan Gannon, bad year with the Cardinals. I think he's had a few bad years now. Makes sense. The Titans, I don't know how much I like that, because they have a rookie quarterback who's not gonna have to learn a brand new offense, but whatever. And then even the Giants, sure, I guess so, but I think he could get hired if this cycle or next cycle. But then you have guys like Mike Tomlin, 10-7 playoff team. John Harbaugh, literally a kick away from a playoff team. Raheem Morris, the Falcons were 8-9, and the Panthers were 8-9, and the Panthers made the playoffs. It's just really, and then of course Sean McDermott, literally in the divisional round. It's just a lot of good head coaches are getting fired. Over basically a third of the league fire their head coaches this year. And as someone who kind of wanted the Jets to fire Aaron Glenn, I am so glad they did not, because you're not going to get the first best head coach on the market, the second best, the third best. The Jets would have been one of the worst teams to come in and head coach. No one would want to come coach for us, right? The Raiders, they were really bad too, but if you like Fernando Mendoza, you're going to want to be a head coach for the Raiders. I didn't really want the Jets to fire Aaron Glenn. I didn't want the Jets to pair Aaron Glenn with a rookie quarterback, and it seems like they're not going to do that anymore. So I'm actually kind of glad we kept Aaron Glenn, especially now since all these teams are firing their head coaches, and the Jets are going to get the worst pick of the head coaches if we fired our head coach. But I honestly feel bad for the Cardinals, who probably should have fired their head coach, but now they're going to really struggle to get a quality replacement for him because all the other good teams are going to get the first pick, right? The Giants, they have a very exciting young group of guys. They got whoever they wanted. The Falcons, they already got a head coach. But some of these teams, right? Like the Bills, who's better than Sean McDermott on the market right now? I really don't know. Mike Tomlin is not going to coach this year. I think he's going to take a year off, so he's not available. Who are the Bills going to make their head coach? And right, everyone thinks, oh, we're just one thing away from a Super Bowl, right? That's why the Bills fire the head coach. They expected to win a Super Bowl right now, but I'm telling you, as a Jets fan, 99.9% of the coaches on the market are worse than Sean McDermott. So you're going to have to really know who you're going to replace him with for this to work out, right? And it's just really bizarre seeing all these good teams. Mike Tomlin, everyone is pooping on Mike Tomlin. Steelers, I think Mike Tomlin is one of the greatest head coaches of all time. You are not, right? The Bills might be able to find someone better than Sean McDermott. Steelers, you are not going to be able to find anyone better than Mike Tomlin on the market, especially with Harbaugh now on the Giants. Ravens. I don't know who's better than Harbaugh. Even Dolphins, I like Mike McDaniel. I think that was I don't think he was the problem. Falcons, you guys were one game away from having a winning record and being in the playoffs. I mean, some of these teams that basically every team except for I guess the Titans, the Cardinals, and maybe the Browns, but Kevin said he already got rehired. Kevin Stefanski already got hired, so clearly other teams think highly of him. Other than the Titans, the Cardinals, and the Raiders, I don't know if I agree with any of these teams firing their head coach because who's better, right? It's kind of like when a team wants to replace their quarterback, right? Okay, who's better on the market? You don't shouldn't just shuffle things around without a plan going forward, right? When we fired Robert Saleh, we didn't have a plan going forward. We just kind of fired him because we wanted to change things because I don't know, things weren't working. And I guess things weren't working, but it wasn't really Robert Saleh's fault. And now Robert Saleh is like one of the hottest coaches this cycle. So it's like ridiculous. Like Robert Saleh wasn't good enough for us, and now he's going to probably be able to get whatever job he wants that isn't already taken. Like, could you imagine if Robert Saleh goes to the Bills or the Dolphins as a Jet fan? Oh my God. Um, it's just all these teams are firing their head coaches. I wanted to make a video about it because it seems like to be a thing that teams are doing now, and it just seems really stupid. Like, because teams aren't thinking right. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I'm going to try to wrap this up. Just teams aren't thinking about the right things. It's not about did this head coach succeed. It's do we know we are going to get a head coach that's better than this head coach next year? Right? It's not oh, this head coach fell short. That we fell short as a team. We need to change things. It's is there someone out there who is better than this person? And for a good number of these teams, I think the answer is definitely not. So, warning to all the teams, right? Especially the teams that aren't used to looking for head coaches, looking at you, Ravens and Steelers. Someone who had to, as a fan of a team that had like 3 different head coaches in the last 5 years, it's scary out there. Once you find a head coach, lock him up, in my opinion, because there aren't a lot of good head coaches growing on trees and stuff. But anyways, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you're a fan of like the Bills or any of these teams, let me know how you guys think about the firing rate. I'm really curious. I don't know what Bills fans think. Like, I think most of the Steelers fans were happy with them firing Mike Tomlin. I think that's ridiculous. You guys can't even remember the last time you had a losing season. You don't know what it's like out there being a bad team. I know what it's like being a bad team. Steelers fans, you're in a world of pain. You're about to enter a world of pain because you just fired one of the greatest head coaches of all time, or he resigned or whatever. But Bills fan, let me know if you guys are super upset about this because I'm really curious. Because if I was a Bills fan, knowing what it's like to not have a stable head coach, I would be furious at this firing. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye.